Oh, good morning. I am just about to pack my things here because I will go to Sweden. So I have checked in at the office here early this morning, and I have like, 4 meetings in Sweden, and it is close to Malmö. So Malmö and Copenhagen, for those of you who do not know, distance is pretty close. It's like 1 hour's drive. So for that reason, it's not a long time I have to sit in the car. So now we are on the bridge to Sweden, and for those of you who do not know about this bridge, it's a quite interesting bridge actually, because there is an opportunity to drive. You can take the train, and you can there's also a tunnel down below where the cars can drive. So for that reason, it's a pretty complex project, and it is connecting Denmark with Sweden. You can also take a ferry, and that's a good way if you want to have a meeting in Helsingborg, it's closer to Helsingør. For those of you who do not know anything about Denmark, it's a bit hard to explain, but anyway, there is 2 different sorts of ways to come to Sweden. I just want to point a few things out for you, how I prepare these meetings before I go. What I do is normally, first of all, how we even got these meetings was cold calling. So we do the cold calling, and then we arrange the meeting, and then from there we have the meetings arranged in the different schedules, right? So how I prepare these meetings here that I'm going to is to, first of all, pretty simple, look on the websites of the clients, because if you do not know anything about the client before you go into the meeting, that will lead to maybe a problem, because the thing is, it's just generating a lot more effect if you have just prepared something. So what I have done yesterday was to just look through the different websites of the clients, and then I have prepared a presentation. So I know exactly what could be of interest when it comes to products and when it comes to services for those different clients, and that is something which is really important. So prepare each of your meetings before you enter those meetings, and especially when you enter meetings abroad, because that is what they expect. It is really important that you just respect that you come from another country, and just use some of their time to sell or to specify, in my case, the products for the projects. Okay, I thought you guys would love to see this one here. Turning Torso is a quite interesting building. First of all, it says that it is one of the tallest residential buildings in Europe, and was designed by the Spanish architect Santiago Calatrava, I think that's pronounced like that, and the twisting torso. So that's also where you see on the different angles of the building. Some other things here, we can see that actual construction began in September that same year after the conclusion of the housing exhibition. The house was completed November 1st, 2005. Oh, I didn't know it was so old actually. But 2005, and then it is 190 meters, and it's twist like in 90 degrees. Right now, as I see, each cube a total of 54 floors, which is pretty amazing. So let's see if we can go inside. Private residence. Maybe it's not. I don't know. No, it's possible. But maybe this one is not possible. Oh, this is not possible. But we can try. Let's call the reception here. It's opening. Great. Oh, great. Opening the door. It's beautiful. And then we go inside here. Seems like a reception. So over there. And then we have, yeah, just a sort of reception area where you can meet up with the companies and the persons who are living here. Quite interesting light there. I like that design. It's pretty cool. That's it. We will not go upstairs because I mean it's private. So so let's leave it to here. But yeah, then you just saw a little bit about what it looks like. So now I'm back in Denmark, and I promised you to tell you a little bit about what you should do when it comes to going abroad with your product and so on. I mean, there is tons of different ways and you can learn a lot from the internet, but what I want to point out here is what you need is typically that you were able to speak English. That's the first thing. Because a lot of people are able to communicate with you if that's the case. So that's the first thing, and then for the second thing, you need to have an idea about how the market is moving in the place that you want to be. Because I just take it from my own point of view right now, because then you maybe can relate, or in the way that you have your product and so on, then you can find out whether it's the same or not. But anyway, I take it in my point of view here, which is lighting. So what I do there is to find out if the structure is the same when it comes to these building projects. And then I'm finding out whether we should have a distributor there, whether we should have an agent. So that's pretty much it. If you have a service, it's a bit more complex. That depends on which sort of persons you are aiming. Because if you are aiming like just a crowd of people, let's say from 25 to 35 years old, then you have to take a group out from that country and then maybe do a test and find out if the product or service is good enough. So I mean, it's a lot of hard work when it comes to these market researchers, and for that reason some people are paying a lot to consultants which will do these market research for you. But I do not pay consultants for that. I try to do it myself. It might not be so good, but until now we have succeeded pretty good. Why I think we have succeeded is because we are trying to do the directly contact to the persons that we want to get in touch with, and we have done the research before. So the research is basically that you contact, you have the directly, and then you also have the indirectly, where you just do the research on the internet and find out about the market and so on. So I mean, it's a combination of research, and it's a combination of if you are able to bring the value that the customer or client wants. So I mean, what's holding you back to do it? You have to ask yourself that question, because I mean, it's not so difficult. It is not. I mean, if you have a great product, as you have, and if you have a great service, as you also have, then what's holding you back not to go abroad with your product or service? I mean, that's how you expand, and it's really that simple. Actually, people are getting it like totally confusing, that you have to do that, you have to do that. But I mean, you can do a plan in gold paper, like it's a plan which is just that thick, and when it comes to an end, it's great. It's nothing is wasted. I'm not saying that, but when it comes to an end, when you meet the market, then you will find out whether it will be right or wrong, because it's changing. It's the same with a business plan. I have told you that before in another vlog. It's also changing. So I mean, when you're starting the business, it will change. It's not a result, a business plan, and neither is the market research plan as well. So that's something that you have to consider. Just do a little bit of research and then jump into it, and then start to find out whether, yeah, you know, but just in short, whether your product or services can be helpful for the clients that you want to meet in the market. So that was just a reflection, and I really hope that you will try it, because going abroad with your product, travel around the world with your product or services, makes you really happy. And I can sign that one, because it's just, yeah, I just love it. I seriously love it. So try it out and see how you will succeed. And if you have any questions on that, you can also leave them down below. So right now I will go to the roundtable meeting, and that is with, as I mentioned, some different groups. And the thing is, my group is 79. It is a city called Gladsaxe, and then we are, I think it was like, was it 11 groups, something like that? I think so. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. But there will maybe be like 100 people, and then you are able to network. I will in the last part of this vlog tell you a bit about why you should consider Roundtable, or why you should consider another business network. So let's flip it to Roundtable meeting. So, a long day is about to end. I went to the roundtable meeting, as you saw, and I just want to tell a little bit about roundtable, because I have been talking about that before. Maybe you can remember that if you have seen one of my previous vlogs. And I pointed out two different sorts of networks that you could try to be involved with. That is BNI, as Business Network International, and then we have Roundtable. There is thousands of other networks, but that was just the two that I just pointed out. Just need my back here. Okay, so right now I will just go through Roundtable in short. And the thing is, for me, Roundtable is the network that I find as the best one. For there has been no network which were even close to that network, because it's just you have some sort of brothership with the persons that are involved in the network, and you can trust them really well, and yeah, it's just working fine for me. So for that reason, I really want to point two things out when it comes to Roundtable. First of all, if you are an entrepreneur and you are living your life a bit lonely, and you maybe do not have time for friends, and the friends that you have, when you are together with them, then you might not necessarily talk business. And for that reason, oh, I think I need some light. It's really dark here. There we go. Okay, and for that reason, you have to find some inspiration elsewhere. And that is why Roundtable is a good place to start, because Roundtable is a lot of other people. It is not only entrepreneurs, it could also be people who are parts of companies around your country. But for me, it's just give me some extra value. I mean, if I have a problem, if I want to talk about a problem, then I can say what I have to say on those meetings, and I can trust that those persons who are listening, the roundtablers, are not telling anything to other people if that is something that I have pointed out that they should not do. So you can trust 100% on a roundtabler, and that is something I really appreciate, because then you can just talk right from your heart and talk about every subject. So that is the first thing I want to point out. And the second thing is you can do business with Roundtable, and it is a business network. I mean, it's not like BNI. It's more business network, which is more related to having a great connection and starting to get some sort of friends first, and then you bring the business to each other. So you can help each other. If you, let's say you are a lawyer, you can get clients in Roundtable, and yeah, that's just making sense. So you just help each other, and it's a great brotherhood. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I just want to point that out. And right now we have 11 o'clock in the evening. I'm sitting here at the office, where we actually have 2 tables ready for 2 new salespersons, which is quite exciting, because I'm hiring, and that is always a good thing, because when I'm hiring, the business is growing, hopefully. So that's pretty good. So I hope you like this vlog. I want to point out that if you want to see more videos like this in the future, you can just subscribe down below. There is a button you can just click on, and then you will subscribe to this YouTube channel, because then you will get a notification when I have new videos up. And also there is Instagram, Facebook, and all the other social medias, where I also post some different funny things sometimes, and also some valuable things for your business, hopefully. So with that being said, I hope that you would like this video also, because that will be perfect, because then I know that it is appreciated, the things that I'm telling you, and yeah, I think that's it. So thank you very much for watching again, and see you next time. Bye.